Receiving a copyright infringement notice can be an overwhelming experience, but it doesn't need to be. This video, I want to talk a little bit about how to respond when you receive a copyright infringement notice. Talk a little bit about the best practices on how to respond and consider the legal options and practical tips on how to protect your creative work. Hi, my name is Sal Malhotra, Principal Attorney at Drishti Law. First, let's talk about what is copyright infringement. U.S. copyright law protects original works of authorship fixed to a tangible medium. You might say, Sal, that doesn't help it make it any more sense. Without the legal jargon, simply put, copyright protects anything original, made by you, and something that's been fixed into permanency. That could be a musical tune on a thumb drive or an architectural design on a piece of paper. Works usually include creative works such as musical, literary, or dramatic works. But they also include motion pictures, books, blogs, software codes, sculptures, architecture, designs as mentioned earlier, photographic images, and other artistic creations that are examples of works that are afforded copyright protection. A creative work registered at the U.S. Copyright Office provides the copyright holder with a bundle of rights associated with that work. The registration provides the author exclusive rights, including the ability to create derivative works based on the original. The benefits of a copyright ownership through registration have been discussed in a video I've done before. Now that we've talked about what qualifies as copyrightable work, let's talk about what is copyright infringement. Well, copyright infringement is the unauthorized use of copyrighted works and the violation of the rights afforded through common law and registration. Responding to a copyright infringement notice requires carefully reviewing your work and the claimant's ownership rights. Whatever you may do to protect yourself in this scenario, do not ignore the copyright infringement notice. If you receive a copyright infringement cease and desist letter, you must notify your intellectual property attorney. To take federal action for infringement, a copyright holder must have a registration at the U.S. Copyright Office. If you receive that notice, you need to review both the infringement notice and the copyright owner itself. These are questions to ask when reviewing a copyright infringement claim. Does the claiming party have a copyright registration? And if they do, who is the copyright holder? Determine the ownership. Is the copyrighted material a work for hire? Is your creation substantially similar to the work cited in the cease and desist letter? And if it's not, the discussion stops right there. Did you have access to the copyrighted material? What is the extent of the alleged infringement in the letter? Has the work appeared on internet service providers such as social media platforms or an online marketplace like Etsy or Amazon? Does the cease and desist letter cite the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, also known as a DMCA? Does the copyright notice include a DMCA notice? Are you vulnerable to damages, profits, actual damages, statutory damages, and even in certain scenarios, attorney's fees of the winning party? Other questions to ask are, did you have a licensing agreement to use the copyrighted work? If there are similarities, is the cited work even copyrightable at all? Are there non-copyrightable elements of the work that are being claimed as copyrightable? Can you challenge the validity of the registered copyright? Is any of the cited work in the public domain? After reviewing all that, if you've made a determination, if you and your attorney have made a determination, it might be some infringement. Can you use any of the available defenses? Lack of substantial similarity. Like I said earlier, it stops if you have no substantial similarity. Fair use defense. Statute of limitations. Is the copyright even valid? Was the use minimal? Or did you create something through independent creation? How can you avoid copyright infringement? Well, it's easier said than done, but it's pretty simple. Create original copyrightable material. Source your material responsibly. Get proper licensing or permission. Provide proper citations or use royalty-free resources. The public domain is your friend. Understand U.S. copyright law and fair use. Conduct audits of your work regularly while working with an intellectual property attorney. Before publishing a new creative work, you must review the work with the assistance of an IP lawyer. The above mentioned list is a good start, but is not exhaustive. The creative space is getting more digital by the day with new technology like generative AI, and it is easy for creative work to appear in infringing material. Even if an artist is inspired by another work, getting the proper license or permission can be the difference between receiving a copyright infringement notice and original, creative, and protectable work. As always, this is Sahil Malhotra, and thank you for watching.